Hi y'all, I'm Allison, and the Magical Readathon is in full swing. It's already started. Today is September 4th, and I am just now setting up my bell schedule. So I have chosen my books to be read during the Magical Readathon at Orilium Academy, and if you're going to school like we are doing, then there should be a bell schedule. So we're going to set that up right now because I've already lost the first few days of the month, and I can't afford to lose any more time because I will only be able to read my books for the prompts during their allotted class time. Yep, that's right. I like to torture myself. So if you've been around, I know that you love to see my Orilium mess, and if you're new here, I hope you'll enjoy it just as much as everybody seems to. And I have to admit, I enjoy it too, even though it makes me want to pull out the little hair that I have left. All right. Here is a copy of what the blank schedule looks like. It looks very tame at this point. You'll see I have 1 hour blocks, 1.5 hour, or 2 hour blocks. And there is a special section down the bottom. That's the late class, and it can only start after sundown. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a spinner wheel, draw classes out of a jar and the amount of class time that they get, and we're going to fill up this little calendar with my classes to see how much time I will actually get with each book per day. By the way, if you wanted to see my TBR game where I actually chose the books that will be used during this readathon, then I will link the video right here because this is going to be full of spoilers. I think I'll show you the book that's going to be used for each of these time blocks. So if you need to hop over and watch that first, then do that now. Okay. So the blue pieces of paper in here are classes. So let's see which one goes on the schedule first. I did add an extra for a study hall. There will be some permanent study hall time on my schedule. Okay, we're going to begin with animal studies. So that one is remarkably bright creatures. So let's go ahead and spin our wheel, find out how many time blocks we get to deal with. Well, we'll start there. Ready? Okay, it's going to be adding a little extra drama with some lag. Okay, I get 1.5 block and 2 1 hour blocks. So that's 3.5 hours a week for that book. That's not bad. Okay, so that means now we have to draw and find out exactly where on the schedule this is going. Because you know me, I have to complicate things as much as possible. I have no sight. It's all random. Okay, so we're going to pull, let's find my little piece of paper here. I made myself a little guide because I won't remember. So here it is. So I need 1 yellow and 2 pinks. Okay, so we'll take this one and I'll go for this one and way over here. Okay, our first time is Thursday morning. Then then we've got Monday afternoon. That's a 1.5 hour block. That'll come in handy. And then we have Thursday, the second morning slot. So we're actually going to have 2 hours Thursday morning with this. And then Monday. So we're going to read for 2 hours and then have to put the book down until Monday. And then Monday we get to read for 1.5 hours. Then we've got to wait till Thursday. So that's how it works. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. Let's find out what our next class is going to be. I want to get elemental studies as soon as possible. So we want to get a lot of time with that class before, time slots start filling up. Astronomy. That one is Georgiana Darcy. Let's spin and see how much time we get for this one. Okay, and I am hiding the time block once we get it so I don't use it twice. So you'll see some changes. Ooh, we get 5 1 hour blocks. So 5 hours a week for this book. Oh, actually, this would have been perfect for elemental studies, but nope. All right, let's see if we can manage to get 1 hour every day. We might end up with doubles. Okay, so that means we need 5 pink ones. 1, 2, 3. Let's take one off the top. Oops, sorry. I thought I had that in frame for you. And we'll go down here. Yeah, I think I have 5. So we have Friday, second morning slot. Then we have Friday afternoon. Okay, I could work with that. 2 hours on Friday. And then we have Monday late. That means after the sun goes down. And then it will be Friday evening. Oh, so we're going to be hitting this book a lot on Friday. And then the second slot on Wednesday. So that's actually pretty good. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, with the bulk of it being on Friday. Okay, it's filling up quick. Let's see what our next class is. We've got this blue one. And we have, let's see, Restoration. This one actually has 2 books. Yeah, for this one, I'll be reading the first book in Remember Me, and then I will continue on and do nonfiction biography of Cleopatra. So I think I need a pretty good amount of time with this one. I am only reading the first in here. This is a bind up of 3. Okay, so we got to spin first, find out how much time we're working with. Okay, what do we get? Two 2-hour blocks. All right. So that means it's, I think, going to be Tuesday or Thursday. And the 2-hour blocks are green. They are green. Okay, so got one here and one over here. Get a nice chunk of time all at once. Okay, the first one is going to be a Tuesday afternoon. And then the other one will be Thursday evening. Okay. Okay, I think we're halfway there. Let's get this one. I want study hall to come up, because that'll come in handy. Oh, study hall. Okay. We want a lot of time for study hall, because this can make or break it if I'm running behind in a class. And we get a lot of time. 1.5 plus 2 1 hours, 3.5 hours a week of permanent study hall. That works. That's good. Okay, so let's pull in. Because study hall, I can use it to catch up on classes that I'm behind in for the week, or I can get ahead for a class that I have later on that day. Okay, so I need 1.5 hours, which is a yellow. And then I need 2 pink. So I'll take this yellow and we'll go this one, and way over here we'll take this pink. Starting to find my groove again. Okay, Tuesday afternoon. Let's see, 1.5 hours will be Friday evening. I get study hall. And late Tuesday morning. So that's kind of cool. I get like 2 blocks. That'll work. Okay, it would have been better if, those study halls had landed on different days instead of being on Tuesday. Because it allows you to get a little ahead for classes that are later on that day. So that kind of kills one of them. But that's all right. Also, as I finish a book, and, if I finish the book before the class time, before the exam, rather, then I get to convert that time into study hall. So I will have a chance to, I'll end up with a lot of study hall by the time it's over. Anyway, our next class, Elemental Studies. This one we have to read 3 books for, and they have to be done in order. So I'm going to have to read The Son of Neptune, followed by Fire, and then finish up with Tom Clancy's Cardinal of the Kremlin. There's a lot of pages for this class, so I need a lot of time for it, and I'm going to be counting on study hall, I think, for this one. So let's pray that the wheel is nice to me and it's going to give me a lot of time. Okay, let's see. 4 1-hour classes. I'll take that. That's 4 hours a week. That's pretty good. Okay. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. We need to draw for the pink ones. Find out exactly which days we will be going to Elemental Studies. Got 3. And let's grab this other one way over here. I'll take that one. Oops. Ow, I twisted wrong. Okay, ready? First one will be Monday, the second morning slot. And then I have the Friday morning slot. I like that. It's the first time I'm not going to have a Harry Potter book. I always tried to get Harry Potter in the mornings. Wednesday afternoon. Okay. So far, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And then we have another Monday afternoon. So 2 on Monday. Okay, let's see. We've got, is this our last one? It is. I thought we still had 2 left to go. Okay, let's see. We've got shape-shifting as our last class. And for that one, I'm doing Linger, which actually I just realized is werewolves. It fits really good. So let's spin to see how much time we get with this one.
Auto shutdown cancelled.
Okay, we've got 4 1-hour classes. That works. Okay, so we just got to pull 4 of the pink ones. 1, 2, 3, and let's go this one, 4. Got a lot of papers left. There's a lot of empties in there. I think in the past we've had extra side quests that I've automatically filled, you know, ones in for. So I don't know, maybe we'll fill in some more gaps. Anyway, shape-shifting. Our first one is Friday, late, so after sundown. Oh, I gotta watch out for those werewolves. Then we have Wednesday morning. And it'll be Tuesday evening. And the last one will be Monday morning. Okay, so here's my schedule. This isn't too bad. Actually, I would like it to be a little fuller, to be honest, but it's probably for the best because I still have a lot going on health-wise and taking my mom to do all of her appointments and everything. This is probably good. And in the off time, I can use that to catch up on my extra reading challenges that I am still behind in. So this will allow me time to edit. Maybe I can actually get videos out while we're still in the middle of Orilium. So, because I am going to have exam dates, and let me look at the calendar, and I don't know if we should set those real quick. Okay, so I doubt I will be starting school until Monday the 8th. Today's Friday, or is it Thursday? No, it's Thursday. But I still have a lot of editing to do, and I need to edit. Otherwise, it just won't happen. I'm not going to go to school today. I guess I could go tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. I'll let you know in the first video because I will be vlogging how this goes. And, you know, the Fate deck will be back. Those are a lot of fun. And I need to find out when my exams are. So I think what I will do, either I will add that on here in just a moment. You will see it then. Or it will be attached to the first video I do where school has actually started. I'm not sure. I've got some setup for that. All right, I managed to get everything all set up. So let's go ahead and determine when our exam dates will be. The way this works is it adds a little extra pressure or dramatic flair to Orilium because, you know, I haven't complicated it enough. Now, I don't have until September 30th to finish all of my books. I only have until the exam date for that specific class. So we're about to start drawing the class names out of here. We'll spin a wheel to find out what time the exam is or what day the exam will fall on. And then we'll look at the calendar to see specifically if it lands on a day where the class is scheduled anyway, then it would be at the end of that class time. And essentially what it comes down to, if I haven't finished the book by exam date, then I have to set the book aside. I can't finish it until October. I just have to wait. And it comes into the grading at the end, but we'll get into that probably in the first video of when actually school starts. I don't want this to become really long. All right, let's go ahead and find out which exam we're going to set first. It will be dun, dun, dun. Hard to open. Elemental Studies. Okay, this is the class that we have 3 books in, and all of them are quite large. So I need this to be as late in the month as possible. Let's see how this is going to go. Cross your fingers and say a prayer for me. You want Monday or Tuesday? I'm afraid to look. I can't see through the ring light. Thursday, 25th. I'll take it. And I think it's kind of towards the middle, but it could have been worse. It could have been Wednesday. It could only have been worse by one day, but we'll take it. Let me look at this schedule. So since I don't actually have elemental studies on Thursday, I could theoretically have until the end of the day on Thursday if I can use study hall. We'll see. Study hall gets a little tricky. We'll get into that in the next one. All right, let's go ahead and draw the next one and see what our next exam will be. By the time I get to the end of these, my brain is so fried. Oh, I still have to make my bookmarks. Okay, yeah, busy day. So the next exam will be astronomy, and let's find out when it's going to be. Okay, we've got lag Monday the 29th. That'll work. Next up we have restoration. This is another class with 2 books in it, so towards the end of the later into the month, the better. Let's spin. Okay. We have Tuesday, the 30th, the last day of the month. That works out really good. And extra bonus, that means if the way it works, if I finish the book before the exam date, then any remaining time in that class becomes study hall. And once the exam passes, then all of that extra study hall falls off the calendar. So since this is the exam for restorations on the 30th, that means that study hall that I earn for restoration class will stay on the calendar for the entire month, which might give me a chance to finish my elemental studies. You'll see how it works if you come along for the ride with me during this month. Okay, anyway, back to it. Got 2 more to go, and shape-shifting. The exam will be like before. I am hiding these as the date is chosen. Looks like we're going to have another one on Monday. Okay, and our last class, I can't remember. It is, oh, that's right, animal studies. Let's see when this one will be. Okay. Friday the 26th. All right, here's my exam schedule. Like I said, once the exam date happens, any study hall that is tied to that specific course falls off the calendar. So it looks pretty good. I'm optimistic for this. I expect to start on Monday the 8th. We'll see. Hopefully I can get everything edited and ready to go so I can start attending class on Monday. I am so excited. It's a lot of fun reading the books this way because it forces you to set it down and think about what happened. I really love this timed. I really like these time limits that are set on the reading instead of just reading the book from cover to cover or until you're just brain dead, because sometimes you have to put it down in the middle of a cliffhanger in that anticipation of waiting to get back to the book. It adds an extra layer to the reading. All right, I've got a lot to do, so I hope to see you at Orilium when we start on Monday. Hopefully you've already been there and have gotten a good, 4 or 5 days under your belt. I hope it goes well, and I'll see you soon. Bye.